You do have this quality in terms of labels of America's sweetheart, blonde, beautiful, funny, successful, and to hear how much you struggled, it's kind of like, you know, you could easily gloss over all of that and people would believe you didn't struggle.
For me, I struggled. But again, I mean, my parents were divorced when I was little, so technically, if you want to label it a broken family, but I never felt that way. I always felt like I just had more parents around to love me. I didn't feel that it was extremely dramatic. And I didn't lose a parent at a young age. Like I wasn't, you know, working in a coal mine when I was 18.
Well,
yes,
my research is wrong on that one. 'Cause I had you down
as working in the
Kentucky,
coal mine.
Yeah.
It's a different Kristen Bell. So I guess I get nervous about labeling me as someone who's struggled, even though I have felt struggles. Because I witnessed so many people that go through so much more, I'm still very, 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 very grateful for the nothing that's happened to me in my entire life. But I have a real hard time talking about or acknowledging suffering, like on the planet, in a grand scale or up close. I don't really love to hear about news stories. I don't like to watch the news at all. It scares me because I am empathetic to a fault that I cannot not put myself in that person's position, even when I don't want to. I don't say that to pat myself on the back. It's a scary feeling because, like even last night, we were watching Real Sports, and Bryant Gumbel was doing a story about this archery champion who had no arms, and they showed his parents had given him up for adoption at like 2 months, and they were showing these pictures of this little boy who had no arms, this little toddler that was like being bathed in the sink, and he had no arms, and I can't even think about it without thinking, what must it feel like to A, have no arms, and B, grow up knowing that your parents kind of abandoned you because you were too much.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm being hyper dramatic because that's not at all how he took his life. He's like this. I mean, look, I'm a mess. This is what it's like to live with me. I cry over everything. But it turned into this inspiring story about how this guy was like, no, I don't wish I had arms. I love my life. And I was like, yes. But I love positive stories, but the negative ones, man, they sit in my heart and they just fester there. And I think about them often, and like I'm up at night thinking about this Syrian refugee crisis and all these babies that are trying to cross these waters and these deserts, and I feel like I'm going to explode. I genuinely feel like I could cry over everything and I'm going to explode. But when I was doing The Crucible, like a dramatic work like that, I'm able to cry on stage about things that affect me as Kristen, and I'm able to get it out through the character. And it's helpful. It's like therapy to me. And I remember my first job I booked in LA was on The Shield, and I was a girl that had one scene that they took in for questioning. I had been raped and tattooed on the face, like a teardrop or something, that whatever means rape on the face, I don't know. But I read it and it was a monologue about what had happened to me, and I could bawl at the drop of a hat. I could cry instantly, and it was this fusion of the character's sadness, this person I was imagining, their sadness, fused with my sadness, and I was able to get it out, and it became a means of survival.